Hi, thanks for joining me on one of this with my Patreon. I came to the Boca Reservoir inlet where the little Truckee pours in because I wanted to throw a Rapala really early in the morning like I did that one time. If you scroll down and you're a new subscriber, I fished this before. Got a really nice brown, but I've been hearing so much over the years about how there's big browns here. I figured I'd come back today. I decided to come last night, so I really wasn't sure what I was going to run into, and it's entirely different than it was when I fished it last time, which is no surprise. We had a record snow year and the snow was still melting. This was wall-to-wall water. I caught that brown like right over here. I got a floating Rapala on. I'm going to go down there and throw it just the same. Mostly just right here. It looks kind of deep. I made a miscalculation on this one. I don't feel so bad about coming to the inlet to make a shot at a big brown that might be hanging out, because I originally was gonna go fish Stampede Reservoir, and here's the road, and the lake is right there, so the whole road to Stampede might look like this. Maybe there's some sun exposed spots, but this is not really something I'm willing to drive on just to bait fish. And I'd already given you the Lake Tahoe bait fishing yesterday, so I wanted to try to do something else. Something else ain't looking so great. So my Rapala is barbless, and even though it's got 2 treble hooks, the regulations just say artificial lures with barbless hooks. All year, 0 bag limit. I'm only gonna throw this Rapala like in this little section right here. Looks like it shallows up over there. I just wanna see if there's something big that's hanging out right here. One thing that is clear after today and yesterday, my waterproof pants need to go into my car because I really should have some snow pants right now. So I'm just firing this Rapala upstream. It's dark enough where fish don't really know what's going on. They just see a big flash going by. And then the hooks make a little bit of noise too. It's not very deep here, and my lure's coming up with a little bit of muck, even though it's floating. But that really doesn't matter because it's kind of dark. It's a little calmer and a little deeper over here, just downstream. So I'm gonna see if there's something hanging out in here. But I don't know, this is starting to look like we might have to just jump down to the Truckee. This is a bust. I'm gonna go see if I can't get out to where the river hits the lake. I'm hiking up the hill. I see the point out there. That's where I'm gonna go throw the Rapala. Man, driving down and hiking out to that point, it's gonna give me a chance to thaw my hands out. Like if it wasn't so cold, I might spend more time dealing with this down here. But the water's like a foot deep, it seems like. And I can't even fish this floating lure without getting a bunch of muck on it. So I'm not even gonna waste my time with 1/8 ounce jigs. It looks really shallow way out there, but I gotta go walk and look. Cause you never know, there could be a deep river channel or something. So I got that Rapala hooked up. Let's go. I'm assuming this is gonna be a bust, but man, I gotta go look. So the river right here isn't as shallow as I thought it was gonna be. With that said, it's only a couple feet deep, but it's deep enough. So I'm gonna go up to this current up here and I'm gonna check it out. I mean, the only question is there a reason for big browns to even be in here? I don't know. I'm walking on something right now that if it wasn't frozen solid, I'd probably be sinking up to my knees right now in muck. So I need to watch out. This could get really ugly really fast. I just, All right, this is inches deep out here. I'm gonna go up to that point, throw this thing, and see if it's a little deeper. Water's a little deeper here. I'm gonna make a few casts, and then I think we just gotta go down to the big river, man. I walked a good distance of shoreline and casted. I got about a quarter mile back to my car, maybe even more. So maybe if I keep walking and throwing this Rapala, I'll catch something. I'm not catching anything. This day is going to turn into a salvage operation. I made a bad decision to come here. So I guess we're all just going to have to settle on the Truckee River today. My car is way over there. That little dot in the distance. So I let this play out, man. This was... I didn't want to just walk away and not try it. Because you never know. So I'm going to go ahead and fish the other side of this bridge just below Boca. I'm going to take the trail down and fish that deep section. But first I'm going to hit a couple of these pools over here. Because I wasn't able to hit them from the other side. I don't mind fishing really low, trickling flows like that little Truckee up there, but not when it's like 15 degrees outside. I mean, it's chilly out here, man. Took one out of the depths, the big rainbow. I can see him. And that's why I come to this slow stuff, to fish these jigs deep and look for rainbows like this. Because these big rainbows will be down there on the bottom and they won't hit it unless it's down in there. Got him. That's a big rainbow right there, boy. You can see that trout there? It's about an 18-incher, but he's really fat. And he's got remarkable colors. So, let's see if we can take a look at this guy. Oh my God, my nose is just running. I am freezing cold. For whatever reason, I've run into several big rainbows in this deep water. They're just hard to catch. You really got to be patient. I'll show you what I was doing to get this fish. I was literally just crawling my jig across the bottom, but here's the fish. Get my hands wet. Oh my God, it's cold. There he is. Look at that fish. Look at that big old red, deep red stripe on him. That is a beauty, boy. Let's get him back in there. There he goes. All right. I thawed my hands out a little bit. Got my gloves back on. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for because I've been out here in this freezing cold for a while now. It's starting to get to me. But this is what I was doing. It's really slow and deep right here. So I'm casting diagonally upstream, and then I'm just popping it along the bottom. Little pops. And I'm just trying to keep it down as low as I can and keep it slow. And that's not going to catch every fish. Whew. That was the bottom. That was the bottom. That was the bottom. I'm not going to catch every fish with this technique, but I got that fish, and that was enough. Figure I'll take it down to the church property, which is right there, and then I'm going to turn around. No hunting private property, which isn't no trespassing, but the sign up here definitely says no trespassing, and they're cool church people. It says on the sign that, you can get permission, but I'm just going to see the sign and I'm going to turn around. So I'm going to wrap it up, man. I'm cold. It's in the sun. It's probably getting close to 30 degrees. But I spent so much time freezing. I'm done. This jacket I found, the zipper's blown out. I found this thing balled up on the railroad tracks in the snow downstream. And I took it home and dried it out, and the zipper's blown out, but I wear it under my flannels, and it's totally warm and good for me. I don't care if the zipper doesn't work. I got holes in my clothes, for crying out loud. I need gas more than I need clothes. Today did not start out as planned. It was poorly planned. But I came down to this low percentage success stretch of river, and I've caught like 4 big rainbows in there. And it's always the same. They're never aggressive, and I gotta get right down on the bottom, and I gotta get them. And that fish was fantastic, man. And I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna go thaw out and watch TV and relax and see what's in store for me next. I'm not sure. I planned, as I said earlier, I planned Tahoe the night before yesterday, and then I planned this last night at about 8 or 9. I was going to go to Stampede and go bait fishing, and I could have done something easy like just gone and bait fished out at Davis or Frenchman, which is something I want to do before the ice comes. But I wanted to give you something a little bit more unique, which was the inlet to Boca. Well, the inlet to Boca sucked, so it's great in September when the kokanee are spawning. I'm going to try to get that for you next fall. But for now, we're going to leave it as it is. Thank you so much for subscribing to my Patreon. I absolutely scrape by to keep this thing going, work long hours, and your Patreon subscription money just helps me get by and not have to struggle so much, and I appreciate that. So thank you for joining me out here wherever I can figure out how to catch a fish. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with the Monty Patreon. Until next time.